For all the 60 million data points that we all say we collect, the best indicator if someone's going to pay back a loan is if they paid back a loan in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really it. I pay back loans, I'm probably going to pay back another loan. And really, the only way you can sort of really test that out is by giving somebody a loan.
Yeah.
Right? And then when they pay back, okay, you got that data point. Willingness to pay is probably the hardest thing to assess for, because anyone can look at ability to pay based on the data they have, if they have it. And willingness to pay is looking at the profile of the person. But I've heard competitors in the past talk about even the font in the computer or the app as an indicator that they're going to pay back a loan. It's BS. It's a really simple business. We need to infuse credit scores into everything we do. I keep on talking about this. I mean, if I told you, hey, Justin, there's two candidates for a job you're advertising, and they are equal completely, but I show you two credit scores, and one is terrible and one is decent. Everything else being the same, you're more likely to probably go for the person with the better credit score. And we live in Nigeria, where rent is paid a year up front. It's very hard to get a postpaid line. It's hard to get a car lease, etc. But if all of a sudden, everywhere you go, like someone's asking you for, hey, you want to rent an apartment, what's your credit score? Then when an individual's borrowing money, she knows that if I mess up on this loan, it affects my life. It affects my ability to get a cross-state line or get a good deal. It affects my ability to rent. I think that's where we need to go, because otherwise, it's really hard to incentivize people to do well. We made people's credit reports available to them on our app for free. And the first day we launched this, we got a lot of complaints inbound. And not about us, but people didn't know why the records were updated. So they were borrowing money from all these other lending businesses, and these businesses did not report their good behavior. And so they were upset, because we've always told customers, the better you do, you should get cheaper rates, longer tenor, and maybe even a larger amount of money, depending on your affordability. Now, if they're borrowing money from certain businesses that are not reporting their good behavior, they can't get, good rates. Well, everyone reports bad behavior.
Yeah.
But we always report positive and negative, but everyone reports negative. And I think more people need to report positive, so that customers realize that if they actually repay on time, they're more likely to get good rate. For a lot of the African countries, there isn't the credit infrastructure. There isn't credit bureaus, functioning credit bureaus outside South Africa, Kenya, that you haven't got credit bureaus that all have, let's say, a score that people can actually lend against. And then identity is an issue as well. And then collections. We've all these three. And that's where you get the challenges in giving out credit. From a scoring perspective, we create our own scores, right? And that's been through creating algorithms, testing them against actual results and refining them. And of course, we ingest a lot of data from our customers directly from her transactions on the Carbon app. We also make use of open banking platforms where we can also ingest bank statement data and any other data that we feel is relevant. In Nigeria, we have 3 functioning credit bureaus. Now, we don't have a score, but what we have is a database that lets us know if she has taken loans out in the past and also whether she's performed or not. So we also have that data. In terms of collections, the best form of collections is when you don't have to do it, to be honest. And so we do a lot of soft collections. But when you have to, employ, let's say, debt collection agencies, all they can really do is call, send messages. And when I say call, I don't mean harass. I mean literally just say, hey, you're 90 days late on your carbon loan. Send SMS messages as well. And then if it's a bigger loan, then would have a field agent go out and serve notice to the customer. That's all we can do. There are a lot of illegal consumer lending businesses where, and you can tell because these are the ones that they're very easy to give out money because their practices of collections are aggressive. I mean, they will send WhatsApp messages to everyone in your contacts saying you're dead or you've stolen money.
Yeah, it's barbaric, more than aggressive.
So that's why it's easy for them to lend, because they're going to get you, right? That's what they think.